Today I am here with the summary of the chapter The Sermon at Benares. The chapter talks about Gautam Buddha, who was born in 563 BC. He was born in a royal family and was a prince. His name was Siddhartha Gautam. At the age of 12, he was sent away for schooling. He studied all the sacred Hindu scriptures. He returned after 4 years, and at the age of 16, he married a princess. They had a son. For 10 years, the couple led a happy life. Siddhartha had been shielded from the sufferings of the world. However, when he was 25, Siddhartha saw a sick man, then an aged man, then a funeral procession. Finally, he came across a monk begging for alms. This was his first encounter with the harsh realities of life. These sights made him so sad that he decided to renounce the worldly pleasures. He left his family and became a beggar. He went out into the world to seek spiritual knowledge. Siddhartha Gautama wandered for 7 years in search of wisdom and truth. Finally, he sat down under a fig tree to meditate. He vowed to stay there until he got enlightenment. After 7 days, Gautama got enlightenment. He named the tree as the Bodhi tree, that is, the tree of wisdom. He became known as the Buddha, which means enlightened or the awakened. He began to teach and spread his message of wisdom and truth. He became known as the Buddha. Buddha gave his first sermon at Benares. It is one of the holiest places on the banks of the river Ganges. Here, the Buddha tells about the presence of death, which is inevitable and can't be escaped. A lady named Kisa Gotami had an only son. One day, her son died. She wanted that her child should become alive again. She wanted some medicine to bring her son back to life. People called her mad. At last, she came across a man who advised her to meet the Buddha. She approached Buddha with a request to give her medicine so that her only son could live again. After deep thought, the Buddha asked her to bring a handful of mustard seeds. But there was a condition. She must bring it from a house where no one had died. Kisa Gotami went from door to door to get the mustard seeds. She found mustard seeds in every home, but she could not find a home where nobody had died. By evening, she was sad and tired. She saw the lights of the city. Soon there was the darkness of the night. Now she considered the fate of men. She realized that death is inevitable. No one can escape it. She came back to the Buddha and asked for his blessings. The Buddha, in his sermon, told her that our life is brief and painful. Everyone who takes birth has to die. The vessel made by the potter is not permanent. It has to break one day. In the same way, everyone has to die. Death spares no one. Everyone grieves when someone dear dies. But grieving cannot bring the dead back to life. So death and sufferings are unavoidable. The wise people do not grieve as they know the truth. Weeping does not bring peace to the mind. On the other hand, a person's pain becomes greater by grieving. His body also suffers. One who has learned to control his grief shall have peace of mind. That person is blessed who has overcome his sorrows. That's all for today. In case of any doubts or queries, you can drop us a message on Instagram, or you can also drop them in the comment section below. I'll revert to them